Imagine two students, one alert and focused, the other sluggish. Why? Because one had recess and the other was sitting down on their iPad. Now let me tell you why. Movement equals brain fuel. So, it has been shown that getting some physical activity, whether it be recess, PE, going on a little hike, stuff like that, has improved cognitive performance in young children's minds. Today, I will try to persuade you that schools need to mandate and require physical activity in a school environment as it boosts cognitive performance in a young child's mind. So, in order to fully understand this, we will go through the problem, examine the causes, and then I will provide you a unique solution. So, let's start off with the problem. Problem number 1, low activity. These schools are not prioritizing physical activity in their schedules. They usually are substituting PE for another academic course or even eliminating PE time to close to nothing. This is a huge problem as these schools are not aware of the causes, the benefits of physical education. Because of this low activity, it is creating a poor cognitive performance, especially in these young students' minds. According to CDC, only 24% of kids get 60 minutes a day of physical activity. That is an extremely low percentage, as that percentage should be higher, and at least every kid should be getting at least an hour or close to that of physical activity every single day. According to the University of Illinois, 20 minutes of exercises can actually boost reading and math results. So this just goes to show you how beneficial it is to get this physical performance in, as it really does show to affect academic performance. According to NIMH, 1 in 3 teens have anxiety that don't necessarily engage in physical activity. This just goes to show you how influenced and effective physical activity can be, because another source from the Harvard Med states that exercise can be just as effective as antidepressants. So usually, or typically, kids who deal with some sort of mental disparity, a lot of them often rely on some sort of sports to distract them, and a lot of times it does work, and this data just goes to show you that it does serve as an antidepressant in a way, because it kind of alleviates that stress and keeps you active, which is not only benefiting your mental health, but also your physical health at the same time. So it's a win-win. So now let's go into the causes. So the big cause is physical education cut for academics. So a lot of schools are cutting PE to substitute them for academics, like I said previously. So according to Shape America, 44% of schools are reducing physical education time. This is dramatically low. And a lot of schools have been starting to do this year by year. Physical education is just decreasing in a school environment, and this just adds to the cause and adds to the problem, as they are not aware of the importance of physical education. And according to Common Sense Media, kids average 7+ hours a day on a screen. So by this I mean that kids are now relying more on screen time rather than physical activity. This screen time does not benefit you at all, especially in a young kid's mind. You do not want them to be fixated on social media or, video game screen time. Whatnot, kids are like sponges nowadays, and it's typical now in this society to see these iPad kids is what they call them now. And as you can see, it's just rotting their brains away. Physical education overall just hasn't had that urgency in a lot of people's minds, which evidently causes these problems. So now let's go on to the solutions. So one solution is to mandate at least 30 minutes to an hour in schools. So by doing this, it at least doesn't take over the whole schedule where you're kind of meeting that middle and getting those academics done, but also having that space to at least get that minimum amount of exercise in a day. So this can be very beneficial and just, helps the students be more urgent in that. Another big one is to educate parents and teachers. By educating these teachers and parents, it just helps them stay aware and be urgent in this problem and be able to focus more on working on that issue, whether it be, prioritizing, break times, recess, and just being more open-minded about that. Overall, call to action for everyone is to support active schools. That is a huge one. Physical education plays a huge role, especially in a young kid's life, and we just need to focus on prioritizing this and educating, whether it be parents, students, everyone in this issue, so that we can work together to build a more healthy, positive, and engageful environment. Thank you.